The sound you've always known. Music that's endured the test of time. Live. Creedence Clearwater Revival legends Stu Cook and Doug Cosmo Clifford. Together, they're Creedence Clearwater Revisited. Friday, June 14th, 8 p.m. in the Diamond Center at Desert Diamond Casino. Tickets on sale now at the Rewards Center or online at startickets.com.
An enterprise of the Donna Autumn Nation.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the undisputed champs of alternative media. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is November 27th, Black Friday. It is truly the nightmare before Christmas, indeed.
That's right. This is the Black Friday special, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stomp them out. Tackle them.
Oh my God, it's Season's beatings.
You got it, Bruce.
Oh my goodness. Before we get into all that.
Did you introduce me?
Of course, introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You need no introduction.
Oh,
You're
I know.
known worldwide.
I know. This is Queen Jah Jah, you know.
The Crooklyn Queen.
Crooklyn Queen, straight up.
Like that song. Anyway, folks, it is November 27, 2015, Black Friday, basically the dawn of the dead, Walmart shopper, night of the retarded sheeple shoppers, a holiday for kleptomaniacs, crooks, stampedes of scum, just mindless buffoons who want a toaster with Wi-Fi or, you know, they're willing to trample over old ladies. And again, just you have army psyops having fist fights at malls, you know, grannies ripping just juicers out of little toddlers' hands. My goodness, it's insanity.
You said so that years ago,
it's madness.
You were an armed guard or something. You know, you thought like with theft.
That's right, loss prevention.
Loss prevention, right? You were involved with that. And
yeah, I had to tackle some guy once. He threw like a freaking elbow at me.
And you said
right
that
in the chest, WWE elbow.
Right, and you said that day is like the biggest day for stealing. You know, so you being into theft protection, you know, and I think that you would know, and not just you, but the stores would know that is also the day that they have a lot of losses. So I think I came to the conclusion that the stores are in cahoots, and it's they're going to use it as a tax write-off, you know, as a deduction, because even what the original concept of Black Friday was, you know, was from, what was it, from the medieval or something like that? It was about shysting. It was about like trying to get over like some business deal.
All I know is that there are certain talk show hosts out there that whenever they say black or black people or Black Friday, they say Black Friday.
That,
you ever notice
that's
that?
Racist. Don't you think that's racist?
That's very racist.
I think that's very racist. I think that's disgusting. I think it's stupid. It's stupid, Bruce.
It's very stupid. It's just Friday Night Fights or something. It's just like an episode of Friday Night Fights. People are like basically punching each other out. I mean, all over the place. In Chicago, you got these crazy Black Friday matters, freaking calling Telpro out there, trashing Christmas trees and punching Santa. I mean,
yeah,
it's out of Armageddon or something.
Army-geddon.
Army-geddon.
Yeah, we saw that video, and there was like 5 guys. They all had builds like they were totally in the Army. Not just builds, just the way they're standing and their haircuts. They totally look like psyops.
They had like some Temple of Set referee, like, all right, go, kick each other's asses. Just totally manufactured news. They're not even trying anymore. They're just, I mean, it's like putting perfume on a pig with Black Friday. You know it stinks, but they're just, dressing it up for Thanksgiving. And then you have the whole Turkey shoots down a Russian warplane on Thanksgiving. Again, the play on words, Turkey.
Yeah.
The Turks, the Turkey.
Yeah, I'm
Thanksgiving.
Turkish. What you got to say about turkey? We didn't eat turkey, though.
No, we had duck l'orange.
Yeah. Canard l'orange.
And commemoration of what didn't happen in France. I think it's funny because you go back and you see the wordplay. You see, like, when we had Jordan Maxwell on, and you see the wordplay, and you see how you just break down things just by the symbolism and the meaning of words. And again, Paris was once called Per-Isis. And you have France, who gave us the Statue of Liberty, which is symbolic of Athena and Columbia, and of course, ISIS. So there you go.
She's hiling, isn't she?
Absolutely. And we'll get to that. Just the complete Nazification and our story in the subways as it pertains to the Amazon, the Man in the High Castle Nazi series, where they state that the Nazis won the war.
That's right.
It's just...
Well, what about ISIS? You saw a picture of
symbolism
ISIS.
Everywhere.
And the picture you saw was of the lions at her feet. And I was just wondering, if that Cecil B. lion crap, if there was like some connection with ISIS. Because, you did see the statue of her with 2 very small lions by her feet. So then there was like, lions being murdered, and that might have been like a sacrifice.
Yeah, yes. You know what?
Up.
Going back to the Super Bowl, you had, the Super Bowl is all about ISIS symbolism. So you had them flashing, be prepared. Be prepared for what? For ISIS? For what they were going to do in
Yeah.
The stinky cheese eaters. I don't understand what's up with all this hoopla. We got to stand behind France. Didn't they once say, like, fuck French fries or something? No, I'm just kidding. I know you got a lot of French friends. You like Paris. You've been there a lot.
You want me to defend France right now? Because I will defend them.
I want you to defend French fries, the greasy GM of American French fries.
They think all Americans are tacky, disgusting, loudmouths. And when you're there, you will see the fattest, stupidest, loudest...
Walmart Black Friday shoppers
walking around in Paris, and you can hear them half a block away, and you're like, oh, that must be some tacky American over there. Oh, they don't know me. I'm from nowhere. I'm just like here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is so, Americans are trash. I mean, just look at Donald Trump. I mean, this is what we're even considering. I mean, this guy's not even not even a thought-provoking.
Don't even get me started on Trump. Don't even get me started on Trump. But first, I just want to say I hate the damn holidays. There's nothing but a bunch of mindless consumerism, fake cheer, freeloaders. But to all the listeners of the Bruce Montalvo show, I want to say in my Mike Tyson voice, Merry Christmas. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. And that's Christ myth. See, he even says it. You even hear Mike Tyson tell you it's a sham, it's a hoax, folks. It didn't even happen. There is no Christ myth. Myth Christ, Mithra Christ.
Mm-hmm. I just keep thinking about where you asked me where he got that accent from.
From hanging out with 50 Cent. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and a reminder to listen to us on TalkStream Live. That's TalkStream Live. You can also catch us on Stitcher. Listen to us, of course, on Spreaker. We're on the live. Just
24/7,
worldwide,
right?
24/7 Montalvo Broadcasting Network. And be sure to listen to us on your iPad, your iPhone, your iTouch, your Android. We're live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we are truly thankful for you, our listening audience, taking the time to listen to us during your happy holidays.
And what's your YouTube again?
They could go to Exposed News or The Bruce Montalvo Show at YouTube.
Right. Okay, yeah, so just to catch up on the the old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, I wanted to ask you, what do you make of that picture I showed you of that Obama chia pet head? I think that's racist.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to talk about chia pets.
Chia pets, yeah.
Please, can we avoid this discussion?
I just thought it was funny. I just wanted to throw that in there real quick.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into that whole geopolitical battlefront in Syria and Russia with basically Turkey's firing back on Thanksgiving, folks, shooting down a Russian warplane and all the other anomalies surrounding that, I wanted to cover just the complete Nazification of America and what happened to us. We were on the subway the other day, and we sit down, and this was the day before they put out that Amazon Nazi Man in the High Castle campaign in the subways. We took the subway, and I heard over the PA, Big Brother had an announcement. He said, your packages and your bags are subject to search at any time by the good old SS.
Right.
And I said it in a Nazi
and
voice.
You said, your papers, please.
I used my best Nazi SS voice, and I mocked it.
Yeah.
I made fun of it. And then the next day, they have this campaign is in the NYC subways, just promoting just blatant Nazi regalia. You have the Knights Malta cross all over the place. They don't use the swastika per se. They use the Knights Malta Masonic cross.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you make of that? I mean, De Blasio told them to take it down. I think it's just a charade. It's just like putting on the They Live glasses. Like, they let everybody wear them for a second. Like, hey, and in the subways, too, you got Black Friday, you got subways, with creepy zombies in subways. I feel like I'm in Jacob's Ladder. I mean, what the hell's going on?
That's right. Yeah, the Nazis, seems like it's... Do you think that you're targeted? Is that it? Do you think that they're listening to what we're saying and then they're just...
I think this is the surveillance state, and they take cues and they listen to everyone.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah. I was told already by somebody that was on the other side that they targeted us.
Even the ads are Nazis, and they're becoming smart, folks. You just say Domino's Pizza in front of your computer a couple of times, and see if they will start targeting Domino's to you.
But, when you went to the courts, Thurgood Marshall courtroom, there was all kinds of Nazi swastikas everywhere. I mean, if you just got to look around, I mean, it's crazy.
All over the ceiling.
Everywhere. It was all over the place.
Just
it's
an
totally
astronomical amount of swastikas, ancient Aryan sexual symbolism, folks.
Also, the whole concept of the Heil, of like Heiling 5 and stuff, is really like Heiling Hitler in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me slapping you 5. Well, slapping 5 is fine, alright, well, slapping 5, you put your hand down. You want to you do that high five crap, you might as well do a Heil Hitler. You know what I'm saying?
It is ridiculous. Again, it's the complete Nazification of America. And for those of you who don't know, think I'm just making up the term Nazification. No, it states right here, Hitler managed to maintain a posture of legality throughout the Nazification process. There you have it. That's exactly what's going on. And what you have the Captain America, the new movie, the Civil War. It's promoting a civil war. I mean, it's obvious that Red Skull is patented after Hitler, and it says it in the comic book that there were a branch from Nazism. The octopus is supposed to represent the swastika, just wearing blatant Nazi regalia. It's everywhere. It's not just Amazon, and this new series, this Ridley Scott series about how an alternate world where Nazis take over.
It's in all of Hollywood.
Well, it started in Rustic Canyon. We broke that down in Laurel Canyon, Mulholland Drive. I mean, it's the Germanic, Visigothic Illuminati.
When Hollywood started, it went on the premise that they wanted to own. They knew that if they owned the media and they owned the propaganda, they owned the mind and the souls of more or less. They can control the masses.
Control the medium.
They can control the masses. They can control the message. They can control the masses. So that's what they went, and they, during the time of Nazis, Nazi Germany, they had some kind of very, very, very thick communication, and they planted themselves right here at the time, and that's what spawned Hollywood. It's totally controlled by the mafia and Nazis. I mean, it totally is. That's why it's a complete illusion. I mean, you all think that, like, oh yeah, there's a job for you maybe, because if you're really talented, if you go to Juilliard, or you go and you act and you do some plays, you do some, you're really talented. If you don't have somebody, it's not like, forget, they would say who you know. No, it's what blood you were born with. Okay, it has nothing to do. I know people, right? I don't know how my cousin got involved, like Aaron Russo. I'm pretty sure he was a Mason, but I don't know what else, went on. And I have another uncle, they're famous, but I just, from what I see now, is like 98% of the people are really from the Germanic blood, the ones that are famous, the ones that are mainstream, that get full-time positions everywhere. And, some people, I guess some Jews are pawns, I'm not saying that they're all innocent, because, like I said, but Aaron was like trying to fight. I think he was innocent in trying to fight the system, and I would never fight the system the way he went about it. That's why he's not here anymore.
It does take its toll on you, and it is a monster. Again, it reminds me of what Trump supporters are. They're what he transforms them into, just monsters. And what's the definition of a monster? It's something that's not human and something that cannot own any property. Hence, if you idiots elect Trump, he's going to buy up all your damn property.
He is. I've been saying that. That this guy is just, he makes Americans look so bad, and Americans who are really consider him, everything that comes out of his mouth is more idiotic than the next. And anybody that really considers him is a fool, and you don't even deserve Donald Trump, because there's people that, even if there's 0.0001% people with a brain still left in America, they should fight so that the rest of these idiots think that it's okay to be a presidential. Speaking
of fight, I don't think we have to worry about Nazi Randa Razi anymore.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to her? I mean, I talked about how she was going to get hit by a rhino. Yeah. I predicted that. She basically got, was that a Russian rhino? I don't know. But speaking of boxing matches, speaking of people getting knocked out, I'm going to knock out Donald Trump right now. Okay. Pretty much Trump is mocking retarded reporters. Did you see that? See how he's like, he literally looked retarded? And you have everything from it's just ridiculous. You have ISIS threatening the WWE. So, just speaking of boxing matches, I mean, this guy Donald Trump, I mean, his whole shtick is out of the WWE.
No, but retarded is really low. I mean, it's just like, it's one thing, like, we want to make fun of, like, say, oh, that's retarded, or that's retardar, it's how there's, like, PC ways of saying retarded now. One is saying re-re. Oh, that's re-re, or that's retard, or that's tartar, whatever. They just make up shit, but because they don't want to, like, say retarded. But what the hell? Retarded just means slow, like, get that that glue retardant, what I'm saying?
He's just a Jesuit cartwheeling clown. I mean, this fool was just Jesuit trained at Fordham University, just a pimp.
Yeah, but that's very tacky is what I'm trying to say. It's mean, it's low, it's lower than Jerry Springer, and he still doesn't make any decisions on the country. So even if he was a president, the fact, which he won't be, okay, but, because anybody with a brain is not voting for that scumbag, but he's like funny and shit, but like he's not a president, okay? Like he's funny. I like to hear him on a talk show. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to see me as president. I say nigger and I say shit and I say homo and I say fag like it's coming out of style. So it doesn't, and that's not the racist way, okay? I just use those words to just, descriptively. But
anyway, I don't want anybody like Trump who endorses the third degree torture and just cheering his idiots who cheer because he's making fun of a guy that's retarded.
It's like a hockey game. It's really bad, man. These really like low lives. And the thing is that the president is just the image of a country. They're just the formal like image. So they have to deal with foreign policy. They have to be able to relay messages to you. Do you want a president? Like, what is he going to do? Like make fun of like he's going to be like what's his face, Sacha Baron Cohen. right, from Borat. So he's going to go and make fun of, like, you know, foreign leaders and stuff. Like he's.
I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to let the chola with the Sharpies that eats King Taco, Hillary Clinton, put him in a freaking figure 4 leg lock, and he's going to tap out.
Of course.
And she's going to win.
Of course she is.
So I'm telling you, this is all WWE. It's fake. ISIS is fake. It's run by the CIA. Now they're threatening the WWE that's pretty much is just fake. There's a hoax, too.
Yeah, they're threatening the WWE, which was originally NWO, right? New World Order.
Well, that's what they promoted to make sure they could channel the male angst, right? Get you out there in the street provocatoring with Army PSYOPs and Blackwater and whatnot.
And how come all these old wrestlers seem to be in the truth movement as well?
That's right. You got Jesse, the taco slanger, out there in Tijuana.
And his son.
Ugh, that guy. Don't even promote these people. Anyway.
Okay, but then you have Bidandi. Bidandi's doing.
Anyway, yeah. Bionic Dan, yes. The elbow. The elbow, yes. Look. The Nazis are back, and Donald Trump has Mein Kampf right by his bed. And he reads it every night. And it's all by design, folks. He's just trying to bring this xenophobic panic to America, to their Fourth Reich by design. It's
exactly. Just me. Yep. They want to slowly, like, try to make it, introduce it through humor, like they did in France, like about 8 years ago. But it got very dark. You know, they started making jokes about Jew. And eventually, you know, some things went down, and then it got very hot, and then, you know, the fashion designers got their asses kicked. But, you know, the fashion designers are very Nazi. A lot of the top ones, you know, in France. And from what I understand, they're the biggest funders of nuclear UNESCO, you know. So,
yeah, but don't you find it funny how on Turkey Day, Turkey shoots down a Russian plane? You know, the New World Order's got jokes. I mean, right?
Of course.
They play on words all the time, you know, with the Turkey and whatnot. And Turkey's claiming a violation of their airspace. The Pentagon is backing it. So you have the United States backing Turkey 100%. And to no one's surprise, who's funding ISIS? We are. So it's just an abomination.
It's just war games. It's like just a show of.
Well, but seriously, it seems that we are reliving the past. You have to look at it this way. We are reliving the past, and I'm dubbing this basically ISIS's Bay of Pigs moment for Puto Putin. That's what it is.
Brzezinski's kid.
And what's the definition of Putin in Spanish? Putin. It's puto.
Puto.
And I'm not talking about that canned Filipino food, puto. They had to have a food like that, the Filipinos. But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is maybe Russia is not as tough as everyone says they are. You know, Russian lost to the Mujahideen originally. And I believe they're going to lose to them again, but you're saying it's just Dr. Strangelove.
Yes. Yeah, it's all, they're going to make money. They're going to arrange whatever wars. There's going to be victims, and they just kill who they want. And
so NASA's not shutting down. It's just they're working with the Soviets now. It's the Nazis working with the Soviets. It's everybody working together.
That's right.
It's Dr. Strange.
Didn't you discover that the Bashar al-Assad looks exactly...
Bashar al-Elf, because it's Christmas time. You gotta admit he looks like an elf.
He looks like an elf, but he also looks like Putin.
He looks like Puto.
Yeah, he just looks like Putin with dark hair. He's got the same nose and the same cheekbones. He looks like some cousin.
Oh, but seriously, I think Russia...
Cousin, so.
I admit that, but seriously, Russia is getting their asses kicked recently. I mean, the Airbus is being shot down. Russian warplanes being shot down. And here's the thing. It's American missile launchers, MPADs, who Uncle Sam is giving to ISIS. And you saw something funny, speaking of Uncle Sam, speaking of all this Thanksgiving Macy's Day Parade. You saw a picture
I don't know how that happened, but...
like a float or a parade of Spider-Man eating out Uncle Sam's ass.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
It was like a blooper. Then I saw that Scrat squirrel, and you said you have a friend whose design was jacked, and that was
yeah.
I don't know. We're watching the Macy's Day Parade. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was watching clips of it.
Yeah, and Scrat was...
But that's what it is.
And the thing is that Ivy Silverstein, she actually is a very famous lawsuit that she spent a lot of money trying to come against Murdoch.
That's what it is. You either eat out Uncle Sam's ass and you get M-pads for it, or you don't and you get just blown away to smithereens.
Right.
And they drop freaking drones on you and shit. It's ridiculous.
I don't know what happened with those floats, Bruce. I don't know if one fell on top of the other, it was an accident, or they got crammed.
It's not it's not that that's bothering me. What's bothering me is that NATO and Islamic State, okay, everybody wants to keep calling them ISIS. They call themselves Islamic State, the Jesuit state. These people are tag teaming to stage war games. I mean, shooting down warplanes in Turkey on Thanksgiving. It's just funny. Turkey is on the news during Thanksgiving. Is that what the plane sounded like when it got shot down?
It's not the first Thanksgiving they've done that, Bruce. I've heard it before. Something else went down with Turkey at another Thanksgiving. They did, whatever. It's just how they do. Look, Quayle, Bush, Dick Cheney, you know what I'm saying? Clinton, all of them are sexual terms. Where their names come from? It's like picked out of a hat and stuff. Yeah, they all have real German names.
Or something.
I mean, Bill Clinton's real name is Hassel.
Bilderberger.
No, it's like Hassenberg or something, wasn't it? Like Hassen. Yeah, his grandfather or his father was some German and
it's Saxe-Coburg. Anyway, in the end, it's all rigged by the extortionists at the Vatican, the P2 Lodge, Gladio. I mean, you have ISIS threatening Russia. It's all just a war game. Just war games, simulated war computers like the movie, folks. It's just to maintain a constant state of perpetual war by the Masons, for the Masons who run this social order that we're under. And that's what they want. They want to increase their control. They want to increase their social order. So they stage all these false flags attacks on the unsuspecting populace.
Yep. Meanwhile, they have all their people in their news positions, all their mainstream positions. They're all always in accord with whatever the order is saying, and they just repeat like mockingbirds. Okay, whatever it is, the mantra is, they all say it, and they want you to believe that there's opportunities and chances in the media, too. Like it's free. Like, oh yeah, you can go to Hollywood and like actually get a job, right? Like I know
they got to put you on the casting couch first, so they got to send you to one of the labs where they got Sidney Gottlieb's people dosing you up with Lord knows what at Laurel Canyon or Rustic Canyon or wherever.
No, you have to be somebody that first. If they want to put you on this casting couch, and that's what everybody's thought to believe.
Oh, that's who gets dissed. The people
right.
Those are the ones that get turned
out. They
out.
will never, ever get into real films. People, all that casting couch, they go right to the porn industry. Yeah, we got to.
But that's who's backing all these false flags attack I'm talking about, and all these war games. It's basically the P2 Lodge of Hollywood, Italy, just the whole San Pornando. That's what it is. It's just a big, stinking Illuminati mafia.
Suckfest. Yeah. It's a fish fuck fest.
Now going back to the Russian war games. Okay, they're saying it was a Turkish F-16 that shot down that Russian warplane. Now I'm telling you people, I predict this trend to continue because we have the U.S. now giving ISIS in Iraq F-16s. So at this point, you have to be a damn fool not to believe that the CIA does not control ISIS. I mean, the only people saying that is Army PSYOPs.
That's right.
Army PSYOPs would be the only ones that would be negating all the facts that we give you here live on the Bruce Montalvo Show.
Speaking of live, here's some Lebensborn minutes. This week we found Seinfeld. Looks like the cousin of...
Speaking of Laugh Factories.
Yes.
And it's not Seinfeld, that's Kramer. Who is on Seinfeld, who is also known for his performance at the Laugh Factory proclaiming, he's a Nazi!
Yeah.
He didn't say that, but,
Related to Dr. Death himself. are by Hein. And you can find this when he's posing, poses the same pictures as must be his grandfather or his great-grandfather.
Yeah, but we did that in between our Thanksgiving. When we tell them what we did during Thanksgiving, too, I mean, we had a nice Thanksgiving with all the zombies want to have turkey that just overstuffed, GMO, fat, disgusting-looking turkeys with their racist pilgrim hats. And we did the opposite. We had a duck l'orange.
Yeah, that was just by accident. We really weren't going to celebrate it, but there was such a huge fresh-looking duck, and we said, all right.
But we had a nice Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, between us.
There was no stress.
That's right.
No
but
family,
you know who didn't have a nice Thanksgiving?
Who?
The Wahhabian chief didn't have a nice Thanksgiving.
Why?
Because apparently someone draped in an American flag, some army psyops provocateur,
jumped over the fence again.
Jumped over the White House fence.
And somebody jumped over the White House fence,
and
which brings me back to the fact that my producer
is
mastering my album, Damage Control, which will be out very shortly.
And some batshit crazy provocateur hurled himself over the White House.
Yeah, well, I originally wrote that in some lyrics, and then now everybody's going ahead and doing it. Well, that's what you get for, being the main scriptwriter here in town.
Anyway, it's funny. I just wanted to put that out there pertaining to Thanksgiving. But giving a segue
But our duck did not look like a Nazi swastika out, did it?
No. But segueing into this daily news, I got a rip on the Daily News. I got a bone to pick with the libtards over at the Daily News.
Nobody reads that in New York. Classy people don't read Daily News.
I only keep up with, sometimes they say, this guy got shot around the corner. Okay, you want to know who's getting shot where, what corner. But other than that, they're disgusting fascists.
Nobody pays attention to that newspaper.
Newspaper.
Nobody does. Only really dumb people,
and
like blue-collar workers, but even dumber than that.
Here's why I'm pissed off at the Daily News. They are vilifying a young boy's hunting experience, saying that, he's going to grow up and he's going to go and shoot kids at school and blah, 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 just because he's a good shot and he hit 2 deers or whatever with 1 bullet. I didn't read the story quite well. I just saw what they were saying about this kid in the threads about just totally mocking the Second Amendment. But what do you expect? It's New York. It's filled with libtards. It's no different than California, and I'm used to communists from coast to coast, pretty much. Communist to communist. But what's your take on that? What's your take on how these fascist, probably Soros-backed newspaper outlets or news outlets are putting out just this vile, venomous crap, vilifying a boy and his hunting experience? I used to shoot guns all the time growing up in California. This makes me sick.
Yeah, the gun debate, I think that in New York you can get a gun, but you can only get a rifle and it has to be in your house and you have to go through these tests and you have to, get checked, whatever, and the class. And I'm all for it. But, if you see, this is not California, Bruce. You guys are like L.A., chilling. You got a smile on your face.
You got to watch out. You got to watch your back 24/7.
New York, everybody's mad stressed. They're mad stressed homes. They're on top of each other. You get on the trains, you see people at 5 o'clock.
And that's exactly why I think you need a gun, because there are absolute psychopathic maniacs everywhere. You got people freaking crip walking and dancing, and then you got people scratching the side of their beard talking about they're going to watch Oprah in 5 minutes, walking around cockeyed. Come on.
I don't know. Right now, it is so bad, the concept of... Listen, straight up. They said 93,000 robberies in 89, 100,000 in 1990, the third worst year.
Yeah, but why do you have to attack guns? What about the fact that there's just as many deaths with hammers and bats and knives out there? So it's not the guns, okay? There's crime out there. If you take away the guns, you're only empowering the scumbag, criminal, filth element out there. That's all I have to say.
Okay, when I stop seeing rich people buy multi-million-dollar apartments in New York, everywhere you look, even in building in Brooklyn, there's a reason for that. Then I will, and the reason for that is because they feel safe. And when they don't show up and it's all like slumland again, back with graffiti with with bullet holes up and down the
It
block.
looks like Compton.
Yeah, this block has plenty of bullet holes in it, Bruce. I will show you
Did
this
they just
building.
pop somebody by Applebee's? I mean,
That was a directed attack between kids. That was probably from the projects.
Anyway, you're saying that this has been historically a very rough neighborhood. And even more of a reason for you to just pack heat, to defend yourself, defend your life. Because let me tell you something: it's not the police man's duty to defend your life. It's your duty.
Yes, no, I get it.
It's your God-given right.
Okay, yeah. So nobody said you
yourself.
can't have. If you go through the licensing, you can get yourself.
Yeah, but you have these scumbag freaking newspaper editors that are working with Black Friday Lives Matter. They're just trashing all sorts of freaking Christmas holiday cheer right now. They're the Grinch. And you have these people just working out there vilifying just basic American constitutional rights. I mean, what I grew up thinking was the way America is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You have your God-given right to defend yourself at all times from any type of scumbag.
Okay, but everything is all relative.
At all times, every time.
Yes, but I really would not want to be in New York if everybody in this crazy city would be walking around with guns.
Oh yeah, because then it would become like the film Escape from New York.
It would really be bad. And yeah, I mean, I remember hearing something years ago when some guys at a movie theater fought over. They popped each other over some popcorn. I mean,
got popped over popcorn.
Yeah, they both of them. They was the last bunch of popcorn, little thing of it, and they were like really set on trying to get it, and that was it. They both had guns, and they were so pissed off from their freaking day.
That's what they would call in the Boondocks a nigga moment. That's like the equivalent of
How
them.
do you know they were black?
Well, let me tell you something. It could have been it's a nigga moment, regardless of race.
Okay.
It's like you scuffed my Nike Air Max, Holmes, and they have a fight. It's like black on black crime. It's exactly one of the points that I would agree with Donald Trump on.
I don't like equating the word nigga with a color. So, but you can.
What do you mean you can? I'm just saying. I mean, it's Nigga. What Tupac said it also. I mean, okay. Here's what I want to segue into. Trump tweeted a controversial tweet: data comparing black on black homicides, and he's got a point. Okay, you have blacks killed by blacks at 97%. You have whites killed by blacks at a staggering 81%. You have whites killed by whites, 16%. Whites killed by police, 3%. Well, that's obvious. They get a pass all the time. You get blacks killed by police. Blacks killed by police, 1%. Despite all this hoopla that all these Communist COINTELPRO are saying, that's what this stat's saying.
Okay,
blacks
I don't
killed
believe
by
in
whites.
stats. Tavistock is where the stats come from. And
that's right. And I just said earlier that he's Jesuit Fordham University trained, this chump, and he's a pimp.
Yeah, so it's very hard to.
But
go
you know
on
what?
statistics.
You know what? Fox News and most of these people, they're. Sometimes they're like 88% right.
Yeah, but not when it comes to statistics and stuff like that. Those are straight out of Tavistock.
You gotta admit,
they're right there
the black on black
survey.
crime is higher than
No,
anything.
it's totally higher. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, that's it's usually because this one is a crimes of passion, or some stuff like that. Or they were so close, they were friends, and then this one cheated on this one, or this one did this one to their friends. It's usually interpersonal communications. It's not just like abstract. I mean, it happens. But
and on that note, we segue back to Black Friday. Again, there are no deals during Black Friday, and you people are just a bunch of zombified morons, just a bunch of imbeciles in my book, who go out and spend $2,000 camping outside of Best Buy for how much? How long? What, like 3 weeks they camp out there? They got a little stove and
even
whatnot,
if it's
generator.
45 minutes is too long.
Yeah, but wait, they do that for $2,000 it costs them. They're out there sitting there with a little camper and whatnot, a cooler.
Little barbecue.
And they spend $2,000 just to save by supposedly buying a $200 TV. It's not even a Sony TV either. It's like some crap, some cheap Chinese crap. And Americans are getting stupider and stupider and stupider. Seriously, this is like Dawn of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Black Friday is no different than Dawn of the Dead.
You can go to eBay or Amazon or Or go to our Etsy store. You can get handmade, one-of-a-kind items. Right now, we have a Black Friday special. It's 65% off. And it goes on until like Cyber Monday, I think. But 65% off on one of our stores is Conceptual Subculture. And there's like all handmade things there. Everything is sterling silver. We got leather, jewelry, copper, gemstones. You know, there's still some things left, although they're selling out really fast. But 65% off is pretty great, and you can go there by Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture is one word, or just go to Google, type in one word conceptual subculture, or type in one word conceptual subculture on Etsy. That's ETSY.com, and just get a couple of things. You know what I'm saying? That you won't. I mean, I don't really have a problem with buying on Black Friday. I just have a problem with stealing or those the stampedes and trampling on everybody.
Right.
It's terrible. I mean, the stomping and just trying to get a deal on things that you don't really need a deal on necessarily. They jack it up to sell it later on, and then it's usually just like garbage or whatever. Like, if you really want to buy something, you should just think about what you're going to buy and, look at it and not be such an impulse buyer. I don't mind, like, sometimes impulsively buying if it's too good, like, hey, I got to get that right now. It won't be there tomorrow, But that whole, like, notion that, $250 on a freaking air conditioner, like, you could get it in, like, a couple of...
Black Friday is a complete hoax. It's a scam.
I think it's a robbery day. I think it is exactly for criminals, because that's why they're stamping.
That's what I told you earlier. It's a holiday for kleptomaniacs. They go out there and they buy themselves, or they jack themselves. So there are some who buy, but then you have the kleptomaniacs who go out and jack them for themselves $500 wardrobe.
So it's just a tax write-off day for the bigger stores.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. I mean, Walmart, they suck. I mean, they really stink.
China Mart.
And
but anyway, yeah.
Just buy straight from China if you like their Chinese
they need to buy straight from us over
we
at
don't sell every little last thing. They can buy...
Etsy.com, Antique Obsessions. It's that time of the month, folks. It's that time of the season.
And if you got money and you really want something spectacular... the other store, we have some things now for like $10, $15, $25. But on the Antique Obsessions, we have more extravagant, luxurious things. Repoussé, antique sterling,
We have it all. And what we don't have is JFK's brain. And I wanted to segue into that because it's a little bit of everything. When you have the Thanksgiving season, you got zombies breaking down doors, beating down old ladies, trampling old ladies for a toaster with Wi-Fi.
That's my song, Break the Door Down.
You have everything, and you have JFK assassination stories. So I want to give a JFK recap, pretty much. There's an interesting article I saw that I want to touch up on, and it's Nixon killed JFK and stole his brain. Now, there's some truth to that. Again, if you believe, you subscribe to the idea that J.D. Tippett's brain was switched with Kennedy and whatnot. And it was pretty much all ordered by Tricky Dick himself. I've been to the grassy knoll. I've seen the sewer drain. I've seen how the whole Dealey Plaza layout, Dealey was a Freemason. The whole Dealey Plaza layout is a triangle. So, again, there's news of JFK love letters surfacing with some type of Swedish broad. So again, you got Jackie Onassis, who's got Jesuit ties. You know, if they MK Ultra'd her or whatnot. You've heard everything from the driver did it to maybe Jackie did it to some guy in a sewer drain did it to there was a team of 3 guys that did it. And pretty much like the CIA movie JFK stated, it's a mystery wrapped in a mystery wrapped in a goddamn riddle. And that's the thing. But who ordered it? Definitely who ordered it was the vice president who was running the anti-Castro Cubans who were on scene, and that was Tricky Dick himself who ordered that whole operation, who pretty much had the shooters on scene, along with Bush, who backed that operation as well, whose father, Prescott Bush, had the Nazi bankroll Hitler from the U.S., and they set up the CIA. I mean, they're all part of the beneficiaries from the Vatican Nazi rat lines, and they're the reason that there is a Nazification of America today. They're the reason why you see the symbolism in the subways, with Amazon just having the audacity, just the gall to just spit in your face. Yes, we are the Fourth Reich. Yes, we own your
every single
life.
TV show, every single program, every single movie, they always make references to the Reich everywhere. If you really want to pay attention.
And that's the name of the show, the Nazification of America.
Yeah, it's just you can watch Family Guy, you can start from the beginning and start watching. You will see non-stop.
You see it in Family Guy, what you see the Illuminati symbols in that NBC series. They have Blind Spot, some chick with 1 million Illuminati tattoos on her back. It's everywhere. You can't open up a Rolling Stone magazine without seeing Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam covering up one eye, and the Pope hailing Hitler, and Bob Dylan doing the hidden hand master of the second veal pose. I mean, it's absolutely everywhere. It's disgusting. They're promoting that communist turd Bernie Sanders and Trump. And you know what I do with Rolling Stone magazines. You know, I go in the bathroom and when I don't have toilet paper, you know I'm prone to make art.
As long as there's somebody like Trump or the Pope, then you'll do a
or
poop.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie
Sanders is not cool enough. I don't like that guy's face.
Bruce is making poop art these days.
Oh, God.
He's a fine artist, so he just wipes his diarrhea all over like really horrible people.
Oh, you're going to make people lose their lunch.
You're the one doing it.
First of all, I am an artist. Okay? So, Anonymous. Anonymous has hacked ISIS websites. Anonymous is defacing their websites with like Viagra ads and boners, and they're hacking ISIS Twitter accounts. I pretty much think it's a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to call bullshit. Because
what about that movie we saw, that Hacker Wars?
Exactly, and that's what I'm going to get at. It's just a bunch of sabus over at friggin' Anonymous. Just a bunch of FBI informants.
Yeah.
Okay, because CIA, a.k.a. Anon, a.k.a. CIA, a.k.a. ISIS, who is CIA. I mean, come on, it's funny. These people they troll each other with Rick Astley videos. Well, never gonna give you up. I'm gonna turn around you. That's funny. That's all they do all day. That's what the CIA pays these guys to do, just to play a bunch of never gonna give you up hits to Wahhabyists who are out there butt plugging each other in tents.
Well, you know, they like to keep Americans on the edge of their seat in fear. They've gotten everybody addicted to the news, and now they can like interrupt your privacy, your peace of mind, your meditation, your yoga routine with their emergency announcements on your phone.
Yeah, with their ads.
Amber Alert.
It's like the rise of the ads. It's like the Terminator all over again. You know, as for Anon, I just want to say this. It's just, you know, their propaganda is outlandish. You were talking about that documentary, Hacker Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are no different than Goebbels. These people actually promote...
They quoted Goebbels.
They quote Goebbels. To me, they're just a bunch of Sabu FBI informants. That's what they are. And the guy Fox Mask, that guy's owned by Ted Turner.
Listen,
that mask is owned by Ted Turner.
Those guys in that movie, they were the ugly Lebensborn. You know, they take all the beautiful Lebensborn and they put them in Hollywood.
It's just a bunch of fake hacks.
And they're right.
Only CIA could hack CIA.
Exactly.
And Anonymous serves for a perpetual war, a boogeyman. A boogeyman that nobody knows. He's out there. We need to spend trillions of dollars. We need to have a mass surveillance state because this guy's going to shut down General Electric's site. I mean, General Electric is freaking war proponent of war, but doesn't mean that Anon isn't.
Those people in that movie, all those like hackers, why are they going to try to show their face?
Oh, they all love Hitler.
Why do they want to show their face? They want to show their face. If they were really doing hacking, they really want to be hidden.
They all love Hitler, and they all praise Ted Turner because Ted Turner is their mascot. That's what the Anon mask is. It's Ted Turner.
It is Ted
And
Turner.
I tell you what,
One of those guys look like Snowden's cousin.
Speaking of Ted Turner, I want to take the time to thank one of the biggest fans of the Bruce Montalvo show, and that's Bill Hicks.
Oh.
Bill Hicks is a big fan of the Bruce Montalvo show.
He gave us a shout-out.
We've noticed. So, anyway, I'm thinking that Bill Hicks wants me to make fun of La Chola, Hillary Clinton. I don't know. What do you think? He wants me to say that I saw her eating 6 pastor tacos and a salad burrito over at King Taco once. You know?
Uh-huh.
She just and she's got Sharpies for her eyes. I got a bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
What do Hillary and Nixon have in common?
They used to work. They worked together on Watergate.
They're both not crooks.
They're not crooks. That's right.
Anyway.
And what does the Wicked Witch...
Man, it's funny.
What does the Wicked Witch have in common with Hillary?
They're both Nazi Lebensborn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They based the Wicked Witch off of her mother.
Check this out. I know you know this, but the Palestinians, the Palestinians are being hired by the Reich?
I heard.
So you have Palestinians being hired by the Reich, along with all these Chicago, All Lives Matter, gonna tear down just Christmas trees and choke Christians with it. Just
all 5 of them in New York?
A bunch of Super Bowl satanic propaganda coming true. You were told to be prepared.
All 5 of them?
And it's all here.
All 5 Palestinians in New York City, right? The ones that I know? All 5 of them. I can tell. I know more Egyptians than I know Palestinians.
They work for Hamas.
Yes, Hamas. They work for the hummus. That's what they work for here in New York. They're renting their hummus.
In that case, ISIS out here truly is a phantom menace, like Star Wars. I mean, literally. Speaking of Star Wars, they're introducing a new droid. It's the BB-8. I don't know if he's Israeli or a Michelin. The BB-8 coming soon to a living room near you. Yes, and he's got Project Bluebeam technology installed in him, probably. So, I'm looking forward to seeing that. The BB-8.
What about this talk show? The one that's like
got
the
a lot of robots,
host,
actually.
What about this talk show host that everybody thinks is Jewish, but now is on a Jew?
No, wait. I was talking about robots. Enough of the talk show host. They have a robot out there in Iran that can play football now. He can play football with you and do all sorts of things. You got a lot of robots coming in.
Well, I don't think that they would ever.
I'm gonna ask Santa Claus for a robot.
I don't think they would ever be good to have sex with.
Oh my god!
I don't, because I think you would short circuit it in a second.
Or it could rip off your wiener.
Yeah, it would short circuit, just pound a little too hard, like and then boom.
Oh my god! Hey,
you'd be like, ah!
You're making us go X-rated now.
I know.
We went from PG to X-rated.
What do you expect?
Well, it's Black Friday madness, folks.
Right. Well, everybody's downgraded. We're denigrated today. You know what I'm saying? We're going Trump today. Today's like scum day. You
need to relax. You need to just settle down. You've been dealing with the zombies, the trash, the filth.
Don't trash no Eminem rappers, okay? Just don't trash any Eminem rappers.
No, look, I don't have a problem with Eminem. I have a problem with... he can go out and praise Rain Man at 3 a.m. all he wants. That's his business, not mine. But look, I'll tell you what I have a problem with. I have a problem with Coke and Pepsi candidates and vile vagabonds like all these shoppers out there. And, now they got army psyops out there having fight clubs in front of everybody just trying to put perfume on a pig. It's gross. This day is gross. I hate it. I hate Thanksgiving. I hate the freaking holidays. It's all just a bunch of fake cheer, a bunch of fake commercialism. You gotta have your stupid uncle over to eat your $50 turkey. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. I freaking hate Thanksgiving.
I just forgive Bruce a little bit because he's really angry at his family. They're terrible.
Hey.
Yeah, they just because everybody. You don't want to make other people feel bad. I mean, some people have
What are you talking about? You have to spend $50 on a turkey just to have some ass come in from out of town and just wharf it all down. I mean, come on, just the basis of Thanksgiving pisses me off.
But if you really wanted to see your kids or your family or your mom or your dad or your uncle, you really like them, you know what I'm saying? Some people actually have cool families. Some people do, you know?
Yeah, good for them. Yes,
some people
they could gather around. I'll tell you what, this is America. If you want to gather around and celebrate the white indigenous slaughter of Indians Day, basically you want to celebrate Ben Franklin ripping off the Constitution from Geronimo and his pals, go right ahead. Mm-hmm. Go right ahead. I have no problem with it. It's American.
And we think that for sure.
You can believe in a pig, the flying pig that quotes Shakespeare.
They never ate together. I don't believe it. I think that, you know what I think?
It's massacre. That's
I believe that they went in while they were eating. While the Indians were eating, they were like, oh yeah, they eat at like sundown because they catch their meat, they bring it home at this time, and they prepare it, and they're eating at 7:20 or whatever, 4:20, you know.
That was like Coheed lyrics. You just had the pilgrims run in there and cut the throats of babies. That's what they did. While
they were eating, I think. They probably did it while they were eating. Instead of like, but of course, then the Masons paint a picture. No, we shared a dinner together.
I'll tell you what, speaking of cutting the throats of babies, what's up with that Planned Parenthood shooter scenario out there? Apparently there's some Satanist out there at Planned Molochhood who barricaded himself in a room full of fetuses, and he's waving them around out there, and he's like, no.
Okay, again, this has got to be coming from the Ron Paul camp. Somewhere down there, because...
You mean the Rosicrucian Lambda Chi Alpha camp?
Exactly. I'll tell you why, again, because if they do, want everybody to keep making babies, we'll end up like Brazil if they just stop people from, like, having abortions.
Obvious, now you have a Planned Parenthood shooter on Black Friday. I mean, you got all Black Lives Matter Christmas Christmas beatings instead of Christmas greetings. People just gathering around. It's madness. It's madness.
Yeah.
It's no different than a George A. Romero film.
Hide. Today, hide. Just hide. And go shopping. Definitely spend your money, but do it at Etsy.com/shop/antique obsessions or Etsy.com/shop/conceptual.
You know what all this? You know what all this is basically shilling for? All these accounts, both geopolitical and the mindless commercialism. It's basically just shilling for the Vatican and how they're hiding what's going on with them and the whole scandal with the reporters being detained. They're detaining reporters in Italy who are responsible for releasing the information pertaining to the Vatican's sexual abuse scandal, the whole sacrificing of the children. The people that broke this information, the VatiLeaks. I mean, they're being, who knows? I mean, they got people who are responsible for this information now being held captive in some Vatican dungeon somewhere.
That's what it is,
the evil Vatican strikes
mafia,
again.
They plant themselves
the
into other people's families.
Secret society with the Masonic pedophile dope, who I like to make art out of his face with after I go to the bathroom. It's just synonymous with the Nazification of America. That's why when you look at the poster for the man in the high castle, you see a building that looks like the UN with a giant statue of the Knights Malta Cross. Because if it wasn't for those bloodthirsty Romans, they're not Catholics. They believe in Romanism, folks. It's the unholy Church of Romanism.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out before we go to TalkStream Live.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we really are very high right now in the ratings. It looks like we're in the fifth or sixth row here, Bruce. This is, I guess they were very new, a couple of years ago, and nobody realized how big they were.
I've always known about TalkStream Live. Only idiots who broadcast out of toilets in San Bernardino or Ohio in a toilet behind the Cleveland Browns shitty stadium, wherever. Only those morons, only those imbeciles don't appreciate an outlet like TalkStream Live. I mean, I've always known it to be just the main place to go for the ratings and the top ratings of the best.
Yeah, I just happened to discover it years ago, when I had it on my iPod, and then I started listening to people. I'm really thankful to be one of the faces. Maybe we'll eventually be on more often, Bruce. But
that's right. But they can listen to us 24/7. A broadcast of the show. The Friday show is live Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from the epicenter of cool, Brooklyn, New York.
And stay cool, everybody.
We are signing out. Again, we're warning you about the Nazification of America.
Enjoy the weekend.
All we can do is warn you. All we can do is warn you. It's up to you to put on those They Live glasses. It's up to you just to realize the truth and know and do the research for yourself, folks. Thanks for listening. This has been the Bruce Montalvo Show. Catch you on the flip side.
Peace and Jah Jah.
Hey you! Are you ready? Grab your pack, grab your tent, grab your gear. Jump in. We're going on an adventure. In Arizona, there's so much to see, so much to experience. At GCU, adventure is never too far away. Offering over 200 academic programs with a Christian worldview and nestled in the heart of Phoenix, you can earn your degree in fewer than 4 years and explore everything Arizona has to offer. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu/AZ roadtrip.
We know you love your music, so we'll be quick. We love helping you stream the hottest music. And since you're the de facto DJ, everyone's counting on you. So we reimagined Wi-Fi and created Xfinity XFi so you can stream your favorite tunes with reliable speeds whenever, wherever. Whether you're hosting a party or doing a little spring cleaning, you can stream confidently with XFi. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is XFi. Visit Xfinity.com/XFi to learn more.